Hello guys! Welcome back sa aking YouTube channel, no? So, pangalawang video ko na to. No, ang bilis ng panahon. No, episode 2 na po and dito sa video na to napagdesisyonan kong borrowing cost muna. No? So, nasubukan nyo na bang umutang? Siguro lahat naman siguro tayo umuutang, no? No? Nasubukan nyo na bang umutang sa bangko? Siguro sa kaibigan nyo, no? Pero sa context ng financial accounting and reporting, guys, no? Ang borrowing costs, ang nag incur lang ito, madalas, normal, yung mga malalaking kumpanya. No? Yung mga may budget talaga. No? For what? For construction ng building nila, ng bagong manufacturing plant, ng highway. Kailangan nila ng funds. Kailangan nilang umutang. No? Now, sa pag-utang ng mga to, no? May mga interest, syempre. May interest silang mai-incur. No? So ngayon, sa video na to, hihimayin natin. Ano ba talaga yung borrowing cost sa context ng financial accounting and reporting. Okay? So, ang core principle po ng PAS 23 or borrowing cost is that borrowing costs are interest and other costs that an entity incurs in connection with the borrowing of funds. Just like what I've said, di ba? Borrowing of funds, borrowing costs. Yun po yung interest na nai-incur nila, no? Sa pag-utang, sa pag-borrow na funds. No? Borrowing costs that are directly attributable to the acquisition, construction, or production of a qualifying asset form part of the cost of that asset. Ano pong ibig sabihin nito? Yung borrowing cost na directly attributable dun sa pag-acquire, pag-construct, nung qualifying asset, capitalizable yun nung cost nung asset na yun. No? Mamaya, hihimayin natin ano nga ba ang qualifying asset. Basta, kapag umutang ka at yung inutang mo is directly attributable sa paggawa ng tulay, nung pagtatayo mo ng construction, o yung interest nun, kasama dun sa cost no asset na gagawin mo. Okay? So next, no? So borrowing costs may include interest expense calculated using yung effective interest method, interest in respect of these liabilities recognized in accordance with PFRS 16, and exchange differences arising from foreign currency borrowings to the extent that they are regarded as an adjustment to interest costs. No? Pero ang pinaka-common na talagang example dito is yung interest expense coming from dun sa pag-acquire ng asset. Alright? Now, ito naman yung qualifying asset. Di ba? Nabanggit ko na to kanina. No? Yung asset na yun, yun yung is an asset that necessarily takes a substantial period of time to get ready for its intended use or sale. Substantial period of time. Ibig sabihin, matagalan. Matagalan. It takes a long period of time to get ready for its intended use or sale. For example, magko-construct ka ng tulay. 'Di ba? Ang tulay po hindi naman po buwan, hindi naman po araw, hindi linggo. Kung i-construct 'yan, 'di ba? Gagawa ka ng building. It takes years. Hence, substantial period to get ready for its use or sale. So, qualifying asset po 'yun. Now, depending on the circumstances, no? Is a case-to-case basis ito, any of the following may be qualifying assets. Yung manufacturing plant, syempre matagal i-construct. It's take a substantial period of time to get ready, di ba? Power generation facilities, mga planta, intangible assets, investment properties, bearer plants, and inventories. Okay? Now, ito naman po, they are not a qualifying asset. They are excluded from capitalization. Capitalization rather. Yung mga financial assets and inventories that are manufactured or otherwise produced over a short period of time. No? Since ang qualifying asset lang po is yung mga asset that takes a substantial period of time to get ready for its use or sale. Yung mga financial assets and inventories, no? Ready naman na sila or mapuproduce mo naman in a short period of time, hindi sila qualifying asset. Hence, excluded sila from capitalization. Assets that are ready for their intended use or sale when acquired. Diba? Asset measured at fair value such as yung biological assets. Okay? No, siguro kung hindi pa po kayo familiar no sa mga topics na ito, just like yung mga biological assets, inventories, no, ano lang po, no? Hinay-hinay lang, no? Nasa episode 2 pa lang kasi ako ng video ko ngayon, kaya hindi ko po muna ito i-discuss. Okay? Pero basta ang focus natin ngayon, focus talaga natin borrowing cost. Yun, no? Borrowing cost lang talaga. Alam mo, ang dami pang ibang topics dito like better plans, no? Inventories, investment properties, but no, through time, dadaan po tayo diyan. But this time, I want you to focus muna sa borrowing cost. Okay? Now, let's proceed. Paano nga ba ang accounting for borrowing cost? No, PAS 23, paragraph 8, it mandates the following rules on borrowing costs. No? An entity shall capitalize borrowing costs that are directly attributable to the acquisition, construction, or production of a qualifying asset as part of the cost of that asset. Capitalize daw yung borrowing cost if directly attributable sa pag-construct, pag-acquire, pag-produce ng qualifying asset na yon. Take note, qualifying asset lang po ha, dapat qualifying asset, no? Na directly attributable yung interest doon to form part of that cost of that qualifying asset. Eh paano naman kung hindi directly attributable? Ito directly attributable, no? An entity shall recognize other borrowing costs. Other borrowing costs meaning hindi sila directly attributable as an expense in the period in which it occurs them. Okay? It incurs them. Rather. No? Asset finance, no? Sa borrowing cost, meron pong dalawa. Specific borrowing, general borrowing. So, ang uunahin natin, asset finance by specific borrowing. Siyempre, for example, gagawa ka ng tulad. Di ba? Specific borrowing. Sinabi mo dun sa bangko uy, bangko, pwede po ba akong umutang? Specifically, para mag-construct ng building. Hence, specific borrowing. Okay? It states that to the extent that, no, paano naman po ang accounting nito? Di ba? To the extent that that entity borrows funds specifically from the word itself, specifically for the purpose of obtaining a qualifying asset, the entity shall determine the amount of borrowing costs eligible for capitalization as the actual borrowing cost incurred on that borrowing during the period less any investment income, no? On the temporary investment of those borrowings, no? Mas magigets po natin ito, no? Kapag may example. But as a starting point, pag specific borrowing, dapat alam mo, actual borrowing cost or yan yung actual interest. Bawas mo yung mga investment income dun sa temporary investment ng borrowings na yun. Okay, let's take a look for this example. No? On January 1, 2025, Korean company borrowed 6 million at an annual interest rate of 10% to finance specifically. Sabi dito, specifically, the cost of building a power plant. Hence, specific borrowing. Construction commenced on January 1, 2025 with a total cost of 6 million. Diba? Actual borrowing cost incurred. Binigay po yung actual borrowing cost incurred amounted to 400,000 for the current year. Prior to their disbursement, the proceeds ng borrowing were temporarily invested and earned interest income of 100,000. The power plant was completed at current year end. Okay? Paano po ang solution nito? No? So, ganito po ang solution niya. The amount of capitalizable borrowing cost is computed as follows. Yung actual borrowing cost, binigay. Actual borrowing cost at 400K. Ibawas mo yung interest income from investment of proceeds, 100K. Hence, ang capitalizable borrowing cost mo, 300K. Now, ano naman po yung cost ng power plant? 'Di ba? Alam po natin yung initial cost ng power plant, 6 million. Idagdag mo yung capitalizable borrowing cost, 300K. 'Di ba? 'Di ba? So, nasa concept po ito. 'Di ba? Ang sabi natin, 'di ba? Kapag directly attributable sa acquisition, construction or production, capitalizable. Part 'yun ng cost ng asset. Patulad nito, directly attributable yung interest sa dun sa dun sa pag-build ng power plant. Hence, kasama po dun sa cost ng power plant at year end. Okay? Now, may mga problems po na hindi binibigay yung actual borrowing cost incurred. No, mamimit po natin iyan later on. No, for example, specific borrowing siya. And sir, paano kung hindi binigay yung actual borrowing cost? No? Hindi po ibinigay yung 400K. Pwede kang gumamit dito 6 million multiplied by 10%. So 600K yung cost incurred. Interest cost incurred, ibawas mo yung 100K. If ever man po na hindi binigay. Pero kung binigay, sundan po natin yung actual. 'Di ba? Kasi po itong 6 million and 10%, parang estimated lang siya eh. 'Di ba? Pero yung actual, kung binigay yung actual borrowing cost, yun po yung kukunin natin. Okay? Pero sa mga problems, no, kung silent siya or kung walang binigay na actual borrowing cost, i-multiply mo na lang yung percentage nung yung interest rate doon sa cost ng loan. Okay? So, asset. So, tapos na tayo sa specific borrowing, guys, no? Tapos na tayo. Paano naman kung general borrowing? 'Di ba? What do you mean by general borrowing? No? Hindi mo siya finance specifically to construct yung building na yon. Yung general purpose talaga siya na loans, 'di ba? To the extent that an entity borrows funds generally and uses them for the purpose of obtaining a qualifying asset, the entity shall determine the amount of borrowing cost eligible for capitalization by applying a capitalization rate to the expenditures on that asset. O paano po ang accounting dito? No, siguro sa theory siguro kasi sa pag-theory talaga guys, no, mahirap mo pa siyang ma-imagine kung hindi ka nagsosolve, no? Pero pag sinusolve mo na siya, ito pala yung ibig sabihin nito. No? Ganyan din ako nung estudyante ako eh. Kasi, ano tong binabasa ko, di ba? Tapos nung sinolve ko na, ito pala yon. No? So, ganun po yung atake ko sa borrowing cost. No? Sabi dito, the entity shall determine the amount of borrowing costs for general borrowings for capitalization by applying a capitalization rate to the expenditures on that asset. Ano po ba yung capitalization rate? No? Yung capitalization rate shall be the weighted average. Yun po yung weighted average of the borrowing costs applicable to all borrowings of the entity that are outstanding during the period. Yun po yung weighted average nung interest, yung borrowing cost applicable dun sa borrowings ng entity na outstanding during the period. However, an entity shall exclude from this calculation borrowing costs applicable to borrowings made specifically for the purpose of obtaining a qualifying asset. No? Hindi po kasama dito yung specific borrowings. Excluded po yung specific borrowings. No? Kapag general borrowings lang, general borrowings lang. Hindi kasama si specific. Okay? Tignan natin sa example na to, no? Para magets nyo yung sinabi ko kanina. An entity had the following borrowings on January 1, 2025. The borrowings were made for general purposes, no? General purposes po ito na umutang sila. It could be, ibig sabihin, for general purpose na nag-loan sila. 'Di ba? Hindi siya specifically to finance the construction ng manufacturing plant. Kundi, general purpose could either be for inventories, for daily operations, 'di ba? Pambayad ng utang or or other more, 'di ba? For general purpose talaga siya. No, may 10% bank loan, may 12% long-term loan. All right. May principal daw siya, 2.8 tsaka 2 million. No, sir, paano nakuha yung interest? No? Yung interest po 10% no 2,800,000. Diba? So, if multiply mo to sa 10%, makukuha mo 280K. I-multiply mo to sa 12%, makukuha mo 240K. Alright, yun po yung interest. Ano naman to? Sabi niya, the construction on the new manufacturing plant was started noong January 1 and was completed noong December 31 of the current year. So buong taon nag-run siya. Natapos siya noong nagsimula siya January, nag-end siya December 31. Expenditures on the building were made as follows. May April 1, may July 31, may September 30, may December 31. Hence, ang total cost ng manufacturing plant, based lang dun sa mga nagastos nila, no, 4,100,000. Now, paano po ang gagawin mo dito pag general borrowing? No? 'Di ba? Sabi natin sa specific borrowings kanina, actual borrowing cost minus investment income. For general purposes, wala pong ganun. Wala pong investment income na ididida. So saan mo kukunin yung general purposes? Dito po tayo iikot. Dito tayo iikot at dito tayo iikot. No? Balikan natin yung theory kanina. Sabi niya, weighted average. No? Weighted average. Diba? Naka-highlight po nung borrowing cost. Diba? Weighted average. So, may average po tayong kukunin. Yung average carrying amount of the building is determined as follows. Months outstanding. Paano ko po nakuha yung months outstanding? No? January po siya nagsimula. January 1 natapos ng December 31. No? Kung January 1 na-made yung expenditure na yun, January 1, ginawa yung expenditure. Hence, from January 1 to December 31, outstanding siya. Outstanding siya from January to December 31. Hence, 12 out of 12. Di ba? 12 out of 12. No? Paano naman yung April? Magbilang. Di ba? April to December, that's 9 months. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. 9 months. July 31. No, wag ka mag-start ng July. Mag-start ka August 1. August, September, October, November, December, 5 out of 12. September 30. Huwag ka mag-start ng September. Mag-start ka ng October. October, November, December. Months outstanding, tatlo. Eh, sir, paano naman yung December 31? Di ba? Kakaiba to. Kasi nagastos mo siya December 31. Eh, natapos ka December 31. Siguro panghabol ito. May pahabol kang expense. Di ba? So, hindi na yan outstanding, no? So, wala na siyang months outstanding. Kasi natapos naman siya ng December 31. Eh, nagkaroon ka ng expenditure December 31 lang din. Ay, wala na. Wala ka ng months outstanding dyan. No? Pwede po iyon. Nangyayari po iyon. Kasi ina-average natin siya, guys. Ina-average natin siya ng buong taon. No? Kaya, paano makuha yung average expenditures multiplied by months outstanding? So, 400K, 1 million times 9 out of 12, 750K, 1, 2 times 5 out of 12, 500K, 1 million times 3 out of 12, 250K. Kaya ang average carrying amount, kung ipa-plus mo lahat yan, plus natin, no? 400 plus 750 plus 500 plus 250. 1,900. Oh, okay, step 1, okay ka na. Step 1, okay ka na. No, step 1. 'Di ba? Paano naman yung step 2? Sabi natin sa capitalization rate, no? Should be the weighted average of the borrowing cost applicable to all borrowings of the entity that are outstanding during the period, excluding specific borrowings. No? Ito, an entity, yung same example natin kanina, binigay yung interest, may principal. So, ano po yung capitalization rate natin? Paano po natin kukunin yung capitalization rate natin? Or, ang tawag ko po dito, from general borrowing rate. No? Since general borrowing lahat to for general purposes, ibig sabihin, walang specific dito. Walang specific borrowing dyan. Kasi ano sinabi na sa'yo general purposes 'di ba? Hence, walang specific dyan. So, wala naman tayong i-exclude. So, paano po natin kukunin yung capitalization rate? Interest, total interest from general borrowings divided by total general borrowings for the current year. So, for 520K divided by 4,800,000. Aanhin mo yung 10.83, sir. Aanhin ko yan, sir. No? Yan po yung imo-multiply mo dun sa average carrying amount na kinumpute natin kanina. 'Di ba? 1,900 guys. O 1,900, 'di ba? Aanhin mo yun, sir, yung 520 divided by 48 na 10.83% or yung capitalization rate ko from general borrowing rate. Yan po yung imo-multiply mo sa average carrying amount. Or ang tawag dyan, yung avoidable borrowing cost from general borrowings. No? Kung minultiply mo yung general borrowing rate sa average carrying amount ng expenditures or average expenditures natin, no? Makukuha mo yung avoidable borrowing cost. No? Ano po bang ibig sabihin ng avoidable? Avoidable borrowing cost. Ibig sabihin, hindi mo sana yan mai-incur kung hindi ka sana nag-incur ng or hindi ka gumastos para sa asset na yun. No? Kung hindi ka sana gumastos or nag-construct ng asset, wala ka sanang borrowing cost na 205,700. Okay? So 205,700 yan. Bakit ko sinabi, no? So wala pa tayo sa capitalizable borrowing cost. Di ba? Dito po kasi may mga trick question. Nung estudyante ako, nung nasa IA1 pa lang ako, Intermediate Accounting 1, ang lagi kong iniisip na kapag minultiply ko yan, capitalizable borrowing cost na agad yan. Pero hindi po pwede. No? Kasi may sinabi po ang standard, ang PAS 23 dito. May limitation nung capitalizable borrowing cost. The amount of borrowing cost that an entity shall capitalize during a period shall not exceed. So may limit. Shall not exceed the amount of borrowing cost it incurred during the period. 'Di ba? Saan nakuha yung actual interest kanina? 'Di ba? Yung 520k guys, yun no. Yung ito. Ayan, yun, 520k. Tapos, i-compare mo siya dun sa avoidable borrowing cost, no? No? To get yung capitalizable borrowing cost, hence whichever is lower between avoidable and actual interest. Okay? Basta be careful lang, no? Be careful lang sa pag-capitalize ng borrowing cost. Basta isipin mo lagi na may limit. May limit to. Lagi mong isipin na may limit siya. Anong limit niya? Yung actual interest. Hence, ang capitalizable borrowing cost is yung 205,700. No? Pero wag naman kayo masyadong mag-alala. No? Nung estudyante din ako, ang lagi kong nakukompute talaga na capitalizable borrowing cost, ito na, yung 205,700. No? Sa audit problem ko lang po na meet yung may ganito palang concept. Pero pero inintroduce ko na para hindi po kayo mabigla na may limitation pa na. No? Pero lagi kong namimit ang capitalizable borrowing cost ko yung 205,700 na. No? Basta mayroon siyang limit. Ano bang silbi nun? No? Yung actual borrowing cost po, ibabawas mo dun yung capitalizable borrowing cost. 'Di ba? Saan po mapupunta yung capitalizable borrowing cost? Nasa asset na po. Ika-capitalize mo na yan. 'Di ba? Hence, hindi na siya interest. 'Di ba? Hindi na siya interest expense. Kaya ang matitira na lang na interest expense na pupunta sa profit or loss, guys, 304,000. 314,300. No? Kasi kung wala namang construction, ang interest expense mo buong buo eh. 520k eh. Lahat to punta sa P&L eh. Pero hindi. 'Di ba? May construction ka, kaya may ika-capitalize kang borrowing cost. Ito mapupunta sa asset na sa statement of financial position. Ito profit or loss. Hence, actual borrowing, less capitalizable, interest expense yung makukuha natin. Alright? No? Ano naman yung total cost ng building at year-end? No? Ito po yung total expense. Total expenditures. No? Guys, wag po kayong malilito sa total expenditures. Sir, bakit yung total expenditures ko 4,1 na? Kanina in-average mo yan. No? Gagamit ka lang ng average, guys. Kakamit ka lang, ibabalik ko. No? Gagamit ka lang po ng average sa pagkuha. I-average mo lang yung carrying amount niya sa pag-compute ng avoidable borrowing cost or yung capitalizable borrowing cost. Yun po yung silbi nun. Diba? Itong 1,900,000. Average po yung kukunin mo para makuha yung borrowing cost na capitalizable. Okay? Pero pag tinanong ka na, what is the total cost ng building at year-end? Buong buo, total expenditures na 4,100,000. No? Hindi mo yan i-weighted average. Hindi po yan i-average. 4,100,000, i-plus mo yung kinapitalize mong borrowing cost na 205,700. Kaya ang cost of building nung end of the year, 4,305,700. Okay? No? And just to add lang no sa general borrowing, no? Wala pong specific guidance na provide ang standard dito with respect to investment income. 'Di ba? Kanina sa specific borrowing, sir, merong actual interest, bawas mo yung investment income. Dito, sir, sa general borrowing, wala naman po. Walang binigay ang standard. Hence, hindi yun ididida. Kung may binigay man na investment income from general borrowings, i-ignore mo lang po iyon. Hindi mo yun i-deduct from capitalizable borrowing costs. No? Any investment income from general borrowing is not deducted from capitalizable borrowing costs. Bakit? Sa specific borrowing lang po tayo nagdideduct ng investment income sa capitalizable borrowing costs. Okay? Now, sir, paano po kung yung asset ko both specific and general borrowing? Ito na. No? So, dito sa example na to, madami na kayong mamingin. So, iba-iba na to eh. Di ba? So, though sinasadya ko naman, di ba? Para bago sa inyo, di ba? So may dalawa akong naka-highlight dito were incurred evenly during the year yung expenditures daw, tsaka may construction loan. No? During 2024, an entity constructed a new building at a cost of 30 million. The expenditures for the building, which was financed late in 2024, were incurred evenly during the year. The entity had the following loans outstanding on December 31, 2024. Construction loan, 10%, interest payable annually, issued December 31, 2023, 10 million. Long-term loan, tsaka dalawang long-term loan. No? 12%, interest payable annually, and principal payable on May 30, 2027 at 30 million. Then, isa pa na long-term loan at 8%, no, at 10 million. Excess funds from the construction loan. Construction loan were invested during the period and earned 100,000 of investment income. What amount of borrowing costs should be capitalized in 2024, or what amount of interest should be capitalized as cost of the new building? No? I'm sorry for this, no, na typo lang po. Pero ang tanong, parehas lang naman. No? What amount of interest should be capitalized? Capitalized as cost of the new building, or what amount of borrowing cost should be capitalized? No? Same question lang naman po. Okay? Now, himayin natin. Dito, siguro malilito ka. Sir, bakit wala na dito? Bakit iba na to, sir? Bakit hindi na sinabi specific? Bakit hindi na sinabing general? Wala na yung term na yun. Tapos, sir, bakit na sinabing even? No? Bakit yan? Bakit wala na? Bakit wala na yung, di ba? Di ba? No? So, dito, walang specific. Hinahanap ko yung borrowing cost. Walang specific na nilagay. Pero alam mo na yung entity nag-construct ng building. Di ba? Nag-construct sila. Construct. And meron silang construction loan. Construction loan. Hence, yung construction na yan, specifically, yung construction loan na yun, specifically for the construction ng building. Kasi nga, magko-construct sila ng building, hence, kakailanganin nila ng loan. Di ba? So, kahit hindi ni sinabi na specific yan, alam mo na specific yan kasi construction loan. Okay? Ano naman tong dalawa? Ano naman tong long-term loan? Since hindi nga sinabi, hindi naman in-indicate, di ba, na para saan sila, i-assume mo na general borrowings sila. Okay? Di ba? Pero syempre, yung specific borrowing, may pagko-obvious na siya. Syempre, may hint ka na construction loan sila. Di ba? Ano naman to yung evenly? Di ba? Ano naman to yung evenly, sir? Ang ibig sabihin po ng evenly, it incurred, no, average during the year. Di ba? Divided by 2. No? Naka-average po siya or divided by 2. Okay? Evenly during the year. No? Yung expenditures sa building na yon. Okay? I-average po natin siya or divided by 2. Okay? Now, paano ko to isosolve? Wait lang. Okay. Ito, no? Hmm. Okay. So, yung style ko guys, no? May style kasi ako sa borrowing ko. May technique ako dito. No? SB. Sa ano yung SB? Starbucks, no? Hindi, joke lang. So, specific borrowing. Specific borrowing, guys. Ano yun? Ano yung sinabi natin kanina? Di ba? Pag specific borrowing, actual interest or actual borrowing cost incurred. Sir, walang binigay dito. Di ba? Walang binigay na total or actual borrowing cost. Hence, di ba? Multiply mo yung 10 million dun sa 10% na interest rate para makuha yung actual interest or siguro estimated. Di ba? Estimated interest. No? Kukunin na po natin yun kasi wala naman pong binigay. Di ba? So, 1 million po yun. No? Now, may binigay na naman na excess funds. From what? From construction loan. And meron pong na-earn na investment income. Kaya alam mo, yung construction loan guys, alam mo na specific borrowing yan. No? And merong binigay na investment. Hence, ibabawas mo yung investment dun sa construction, dun sa borrowing cost natin for specific borrowing. Okay? So, that's total ng 900,000. No? Ito naman, weighted average expenditure. No? Weighted average expenditure sabi 30 million. Pero evenly, average po, i-average natin or i-divide by 2. No? So, ang total natin, 15 million. Ibabawas natin dyan, di ba? Sabi natin kanina, dun sa theory, excluding specific borrowings. No? Ibabawas po natin specific borrowing loan or SB loan. So, that total na 10 million. Di ba? Hence, ang matitira dyan, general borrowing loan. 'Di ba? Nung kanina, general borrowing. 'Di ba? Nung general borrowing natin, guys, ano lang yung may pakitayo doon? General borrowing loan. Okay? Kaya ang attributable for general borrowing loans is 5 million. Bakit ko to ginawa? Kasi 'di ba, pinagsama na natin, specific borrowing na siya and general borrowing. Dalawa na po, sabay na po. Kaya meron po tayong attributable yung expenditure na to, hindi lahat yan mapupunta sa general borrowing. May expenditure tayo guys kanina, 'di ba? Na yung 4,100,000, 'di ba? Lahat nun kanina walang ganto. Walang ganto kanina, 'di ba? Eh bakit ngayon meron na? 'Di ba? Yung 4,100,000 kanina, yung matatandaan nyo, lahat nun for general borrowings. 'Di ba? Lahat ng 4,100,000 kanina, lahat nun for general borrowings. Kasi wala namang nabanggit for specific. Kaya lahat nun sinalpak natin sa general loans. Pero ngayon, nagsama na. Both by specific and general. And sa weighted average expenditure mo, dalawa na to. May specific tsaka may general. Hence, dun sa 15 million, ibawas mo muna yung specific borrowing loan na 10 million para makuha lang yung attributable for general borrowing loans na 10 million. Now, sir, ano nang gagawin ko? I-multiply mo na yan sa general borrowing rate. No? GB rate or general borrowing rate. Sir, paano ko po kukunin yung general borrowing rate? Or ito yung capitalization rate natin kanina, di ba? Ito yung capitalization rate natin kanina. No? Pero bakit ko siya tinawag na general borrowing rate? Nung undergrad po kasi ako, ito yung ginagamit ko para hindi ako malito. Sa sobrang dami po kasing percentages, di ba? Sobrang daming interest rate, di ba? Hindi na po natin namamalayan na madami na pala. Okay? Pero yung kanina, natandaan mo ba yung kanina? Yung kinuha natin yung total interest divided by from general borrowings divided by total general borrowing loans, total general borrowing loans, no? Ito po iyon. Ito lang din yung gagawin natin kanina, no? Total interest, no? Ano pong ibig sabihin nito? No? So kanina, mag-focus lang tayo dito sa dalawa, yung long-term loan, no? Yung 12% tsaka 8%, no? Principal lang po yung binigay. Walang binigay na interest. Okay? So paano mo makukuha yung interest? 30 million, 'di ba? 30 million times 12%. 30 million times 12%, 3,600,000 yung income. No? Paano naman yung isa? 10 million times 8% naman yung isa. Kaya 800. Okay. Aanhin mo yan. Yung 36 tsaka 800. O, ito na. Ang tawag dyan, total interest from GB or general borrowing. Sana guys, no? Pagpasensyahan nyo na yung shortcut ko, no? SB. SB, specific. GB, general. Para hindi na po tayo malito. No? Or hindi na mahabaan sa solution. Pero total interest from GB, general borrowing, 4,400,000. No? Paano nakuha? 36 plus 800, minultiply ko lang yung 12%, 8% dito sa 30 million, saka 10 million. Total general borrowing loans, no? Yung total general borrowing loans ko, ito po yung dalawa. Itong dalawa yun. 30 million tsaka 10 million. 'Di ba? 40 million po. No? Kung i-divide mo yung 44 divided by 40 million, 'di ba? Or 4,400,000 divided by 40 million. 'Di ba? Ang makukuha mo pong rate is 11%. No? Ang GB rate natin or capitalization rate natin 11%. Aanhin mo yung 11%? yun po yung imumultiply natin dun sa natira. 'Di ba? Kasi GB loan to eh. Hence, general borrowing rate din para parehas silang dalawa. No? 11%. No? Hindi po itong dalawa. No? Kapag mag-average ka, hindi po 12 plus 8 divided by 2. No? Or hindi ka lang kukuha dito. Hindi po ito ang gagamitin po. Itong 11% po. No? So 5 million times 11%, nasa 550,000 ka. No? So ano pong gagawin nyo dyan? Ano po yung borrowing cost na makakapitalize? 900K plus 550K. So ilan yung total niyan? 1,450,000. No? 1,450K yung capitalizable borrowing cost. Or iba pong tawag dito guys is avoidable borrowing cost. No? Pero syempre, yan po muna talaga yung avoidable borrowing cost, di ba? Pero syempre, kukunin muna natin yung interest dito nung mga to talaga. No, kung kukunin natin yung interest nitong lahat, 'di ba? Ilan yung interest kanina? 1 million nito from specific, 'di ba? So 1 million, that's total of 5,400,000. No? Ito po yung actual interest. I-compare mo siya dun sa avoidable borrowing cost, then whichever is lower, yun po yung capitalizable borrowing cost. Pero wag na po masyadong mag-overthink dito sa interest. No? Ang lagi ko pong nami-meet sa financial accounting and reporting, kung magkano na po yung nandito sa baba, di ba? Yun na po yung generally kinakapitalize natin. No? Sa mga problems, no? Sa mga problems, no? Pero syempre dapat with limit po iyon. Okay? So, ano pong sagot? Anong sagot natin doon? 1,450,000. No? Total capitalize. Ito lang din po yung solution, guys. No? Okay, ganun lang din yung rate na binigay. No? Yung actual interest guys, kinumpute ko lang for ano lang, for checking. No? Pero halos or generally sa mga problem na nasosolve ko, yung capitalizable or yung avoidable borrowing cost hindi naman na masyadong lumalagpas sa actual interest. Hence yun na po yung capitalizable borrowing cost. Okay? Siguro mga 95% ng mga problems na nasolve ko noon. Minsan lang po nagkaroon ako ng yung avoidable borrowing cost ko lumagpas sa actual interest. Kaya ang capitalizable borrowing cost ko yung actual interest. Pero minsan ko lang siya namit. Okay? Pero halos ang namimit kong problem sa financial accounting and reporting yung avoidable borrowing cost hindi naman lumalagpas sa actual interest. Hence, yun na yung capitalizable. Okay? Paano naman kung more than one period? No? Ito last, no? Last problem, guys, no? Kasi kanina lagi lang isang taon eh. January 1 ka nag-start, natapos ka December 31. No? Paano naman kung dalawa? Paano naman kung dalawang taon or more than one period? 'Di ba? During 2024 and 2025 daw, si Noderbeck Company had the following outstanding loans during 2024 and 2025. No? Mayroong kang specific, mayroong general, no? Maswerte dito maswerte tayo, sinabi na eh. No? Kaya no? Pero syempre ang challenge dito more than one period. Nagbigan daw siya ng construction noong January 1, 2024 and the building was completed on June 30, 2025. The expenditures made were as follows. No? 4 million, 5 million, 3 million. No? Ang tinanong, cost ng new building on December 31, 2020. No? Hindi na po bago sa atin to. No? Hindi na po bago. No? Pero guys, no, nung March 1, 2025, hindi na to kasama. Kasi ang tinatanong muna, for now guys, is yung cost ng new building nung December 31, 2024. Mamaya itatanong yung cost ng building nung 2025. Pero since 2024 muna, sa pag-compute, ang titignan mo muna is 2024. No? No, so sulat ko na no, yung ano natin, yung computation ko na SB. 'Di ba? Paano ko kuha yung specific borrowing, 'di ba? 5 billion multiply by 12%, yun yung SB. Yun yung SB, specific borrowing, 5 million times 12%, that's 600. Okay. No? Tapos kukunin ko yung WA expense or weighted average expenditures ko. Paano ko kukunin yung weighted average expenditure? No? For 2024 lang. No? Yung weighted average expenditure ko, 2024 lang. Paano to? 4 billion times 12 out of 12. So, paano po naging 12 out of 12? No? 12 out of 12. 12 out of 12. Diba? From January, since ang tinatanong pa lang naman is December 31, 2024, ang outstanding mo dyan is from January 1, 2024 to December 31, 2024. Ha? Wag mo muna pong pansinin na natapos yung building nung 2025. Kasi 2024 pa lang po yung tinatanong. No? Focus muna tayo sa 2024. Hence, since January siya nag-start, no? Outstanding niya ng buong 2024. Ito naman, April nag-start. Hence, outstanding lang siya ng 9 months out of 12 months. 'Di ba? Ito December 1. Kanina December 31 kaya zero. 'Di ba? Ito sir, December 1. No? Isang buwan na. Nakahabol pa rin naman kasi hanggang December 31 naman. 'Di ba? Chill lang. 'Di ba kanina kasi December 31 kaya zinero natin. Pero ito December 1, no? Buti na lang nakahabol siya. Now, ito na, weighted average expenditure 4 million times 12 out of 12, no? 4 million po ito, no? 5 million times 9 out of 12, no? 3,750,000. No? 3 million times 1 out of 12, 250,000. No? Yun po yung weighted average expenditure natin, no? Kung i-add mo 'yan, no? Meron ka pong 8 million, no? 8 billion na weighted average expenditure. Isulat na po natin ito. Pero sabi ko diyan, ibabawas mo yung SB loan. 'Di ba? SB loan, magkano po? 5 million. 'Di ba? Para makuha yung general borrowing loan na attributable lang po, no? Since yung weighted average expenditure natin dalawa, 'di ba? May specific, may general. Hence, kunin mo muna yung weighted average expenditure, tanggalin mo yung attributable sa specific borrowing loan para matira yung general borrowing loans lang. Okay? Tapos kukunin mo ulit yung general borrowing rate. Pero dito, sir, since nag-iisa lang naman yung general construction loan, ito na po iyon. 'Di ba? 'Di ba? Ganun lang din po yung percentage niya. Ginawa lang natin kanina, in-average lang natin kanina kasi dalawa sila. Pero ngayon, since nag-iisa na lang naman po si General Construction Loan, nag-iisa lang naman siya, eh yun na po mismo yung General Borrowing Rate. Okay? 10%. Kaya ang borrowing cost na ika-capitalize natin with regards to general borrowing is 300. No? So, paano yan, sir? No? Paano po ito? Teka lang, ayusin ko. General borrowing na i-capitalize natin is 300K. Kaya 600K plus 300K ang i-capitalize po natin, ang capitalizable borrowing cost natin is for 2024, no? For 2024 is 900,000. No? Safe naman po tayo mag-assume kasi yung actual interest natin, compute natin yung actual interest. 'Di ba? Safe naman po mag-assume kasi yung actual interest natin is malaki, no? Malaki naman po yung actual interest natin. Tignan natin yung actual interest. 5 billion times 12%, that's 600K. 'Di ba? 20 million. 20 million times 10%, that's 2 million. 'Di ba? Kaya ang total actual interest natin, 2,600,000. No? 2,600,000. No? Kaya yung avoidable borrowing cost natin na 900K, yun na rin din po yung capitalizable borrowing cost natin. 'Di ba? Sabi ko nga po, 'di ba? Commonly, usually, yung avoidable borrowing cost natin, yun na din po yung capitalizable borrowing cost natin. Since yung actual interest nga mas malaki. 'Di ba? Hindi naman lumalagpas. Kaya ito po yung kinakapitalize. Common guys or usual talaga, no? Sa financial accounting and reporting. Ang tinanong, cost of the new building. Di ba? Total expenditure. No? Magkano po yung total expenditures? No? Kapag cost na po of building, total expenditures ng building. I-plus mo yung capitalizable borrowing cost at what amount, 'di ba? Yung total expenditures, hindi po ito wini-weighted average, 'di ba? Hindi na po kapag kukuha ka po ng cost ng building, ito na po yung buong-buo mo na siya na kukunin. 'Di ba? Kaya kung inad mo lahat 'yan, 4 million plus 5 million plus 3 million, 12 million po yung total expenditures. 'Di ba? Or 12 million. Yeah. Now, yung capitalizable borrowing cost mo, 900K. 'Di ba? So, ang cost ng building noong December 31, 2024, 'di ba? Take note lang guys na pag total expenditures na or kukuha ka na ng cost ng building, hindi na po natin i-average. No? Saan ka lang kukuha ng weighted average kapag kukuha ka ng general borrowing cost. No? I-weighted average mo lang yung expenditures. Pero pag cost na yung binigay, no? Hindi na po average yon. Yung cost na talaga, yung actual amount. No, or actual amount rather. 12 million plus 900K, that's 12 million 900. So, yun po yung cost ng building natin. Letter point. Okay? So, may solution to, no? May solution naman, guys. No? Ano ko lang. Di ba? Ito, parang ganito lang din. Simpleng solution lang, no? SB, di ba? Weighted average expenditure, GB, di ba? Avoidable interest. Di ba? Since hindi naman lumagpas yung avoidable interest sa actual interest, yun na rin yung capitalizable interest. Tapos yung total expenditures, guys, hindi yan weighted average, yung actual amount talaga. Para makuha yung cost ng building at year-end or December 31, 2024 na 12 million 900. Okay? So, number two, cost ng building nung June 30, 2025. No? Mahalaga po nating maalala, no, na ang cost ng building nung 1/1/2025 is 12 million 900. No? 12 million 900,000. Bakit ko to sinama? 'Di ba? Bakit ko to kinuha? 'Di ba? Kasi kanina 12/31/2024, ano po yung cost ng building kanina? 12 million 900, 'di ba? Hence i-carry over mo 'yun sa susunod na taon. Magiging 12 million 900 na 'yun. Hindi na po ito yung outstanding mo ng 2025, no? Kaya ang kukunin mo na yung kanina, yung cost niya kanina, including yung kinapitalize mong borrowing cost for 2024. 'Di ba? Since 2025 na to, focus na tayo sa 2025 lang. Okay? Gets? Pero wag mong kakalimutan yung cost ng building nung year-end ng 2024. Kasi gagamitin mo yun sa 2025. Pero at full amount, 12 million 900. Inad ko yung total expenditure kanina kasama yung kinapitalize mong borrowing cost from 2024 na 900,000. So ito lang din po. No? No? So simulan na natin, no? Yung kanina lang din SB, 'di ba? 5 million times 12% times 6 out of 12. No? Paano po ito? Bakit po 6 out of 12? No? Take note na kumpleto lang siya nung June 30, 2025. 'Di ba? Nag-run niya ng January 1, 2025 natapos June 30. Hence yung interest mo from specific borrowing outstanding lang siya ng 6 na buwan. 6 na buwan lang siya. 'Di ba? So 5 million times 12% times 6 out of 12, that's 300,000. Okay? Oh, paano naman yung weighted average expenditure natin? Paano mo ito i-compute? Okay, nag-run siya ng January 1, 2025 natapos 6/30/2025. So, 6 na buwan. 'Di ba? Yung expenditures na to for 6 months lang. 'Di ba? 6 months lang po na outstanding ka sa 2025 kasi nag-run lang naman yan ng January to June 30 eh. Hence yung 12 million 900 mo, 6 out of 6. Bakit po 6 out of 6? 6 months lang siya. Outstanding siya ng 6 months. Bakit? Kasi from January 1, 2025 up to the completion date which is June 30. 6 out of 6. Eh yung March, paano po ang bilangan? March, April, May, June. 4 months. Hindi po out of 12 ito. pero out of 6. Bakit po out of 6? 6 months lang po for 2025. Since nakumpleto mo na siya kalahati ng taon. Okay, kaya yung expenditures for 6 months lang. Over 6 months lang. March, April, May, June. 4 out of 6. No? Weighted average mo dyan, magkano? Diba? 4 million po ito yung sa March. I-multiply mo siya ng buong, or i-plus mo siya ng 12,900,000. 12.9 million. Okay? So, 12 million, that's 16,900,000. No? Sinashortcut ko na po yung amount, no, para hindi na po masyadong mahaba. Okay, 16,900,000. O, ganun ulit. 'Di ba? SB loan na naman. 'Di ba? SB loan na naman na magkano? 5 million. Ha? Para makuha yung GB loan na 16,900,000 minus 5 million, 11,900,000. Now, ganun ulit. GB rate na naman. 'Di ba? Times 10%. No? Ilan po makukuha natin diyan? No? 1,190. Pero, i-multiply mo na naman siya out 6 out of 12. Okay? Bago po ito. Kasi yung specific borrowings mo, outstanding lang siya ng 6 na buwan eh. 'Di ba? Eh yung percentage na to, yung percent na binigay, yung GB rate, annual interest rate po ito. Annual interest rate po ito. 'Di ba? Annual interest rate. Eh, natapos na siya ng June 30. Hence, outstanding lang yung interest na yan for 6 months out of 12. Hence, damay po from specific, damay din si general borrowings. Di ba? 6 out of 12 din. 6 out of 12. No? So, 11,900,000 times 10% times 6 out of 12, that's 590. No? Kaya ang total capitalizable borrowing cost mo, so ito na rin po yung ika-capitalize ko since nag-assume din naman ako na yung actual interest ko ay mas malaki dun sa avoidable borrowing cost ko. Capitalizable borrowing cost ko is 895,000. No? 895. O, aanhin ko na naman yan, sir. Eh, cost yung tinatanong. Di ba? So, cost. Di ba? May beginning expenditure ka nung 2025 na 12,900,000. Tapos, meron ka nung March 1, 2025 na 6 million. Di ba? Ipa-plus mo dun yung kinapitalize mo. Di ba? Kinapitalize mo interest. Kinapitalize mong interest na 895,000. No? 12,900,000 plus 6 million plus 12,900,000 plus 6 million plus 895. Kaya ang cost ng building is 19,795,000. Okay? Guys, sa pagkuha ng cost, no? Hindi na yan weighted average, ha, no? So, ito lang, no? Again, gagamit ka lang ng weighted average expenditure sa pagkuha ng capitalizable borrowing cost coming from general borrowing rate, no? Yung SB, walang binigay na actual cost na binigay, kaya nag-estimate na po ako 5 million times 12%. Okay? No? Yung cost ng building, sir, bakit hindi mo, no? Yung 1/1/2025, guys, finul, kasama na kasi dito yung kinapitalize natin borrowing cost nung 2024. Take note, capitalizable yun. Part yun ng cost ng new building. Kaya nung 2025, January 1, 12,900,000 siya. No? At again, sa pagkuha ng cost, hindi na po weighted average yan. Full amount na po. Okay, cost ng building, letter boy, 19,795,000. No? May solution naman. May solution naman dito. Okay, ganito lang din po. No? So, tignan natin. No? Yung question sa number 3, what is the interest expense for 2025? No? Tinabi ko kanina na mayroon kang actual interest. Di ba? May actual interest ka na 5 billion tsaka 12%. Di ba? Pero yung actual interest na to, annual rate. Annual rate ka na, 12 out of 12. Kasi syempre, magraran pa rin naman yan ng buong taon. 2025 pa rin naman. 'Di ba? 2025 pa rin naman yung magraran pa rin naman yung mga loans buong taon. 'Di ba? It's just that natapos lang talaga yung building ng kalagitnaan. Pero yung loans, tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung annual interest. Yung interest rate nila. Kaya 12 out of 12, 5 million times 12%, 20 million times 10%, no? So 600K plus 2 million. Kaya ang total actual interest mo ng 2025, 2,600,000. Eh, syempre may nabawas ka na capitalizable interest, no? Ibawas mo dun yung capitalizable interest na 895 para makuha yung interest expense na 1,705,000. Okay? No? Sagot dyan, letter A. Nice, no? So, sana na-gets nyo, no? Yung problem. Diba? Ganun lang po talaga yung borrowing cost, no? Overwhelming siya sa umpisa. Siyempre, pinakita ko na lahat eh. Diba? Nandun na po lahat ng pwedeng mangyari. Diba? Pwedeng sabay, pwedeng hindi. Diba? Or pwedeng more than one period. Diba? So, it's up to you, no? Kung hindi niya po na-gets, pwede yung balik-balikan paulit-ulit. Diba? Unstoppable naman, diba? Non-stop, diba? Nasa ano naman tayo, nasa public, 'di ba? So, boy up, no? Commencement of capitalization, no? So, padagdag lang po na theories, no? Kailan po ba nagko-commence ang capitalization ng borrowing cost? No, an entity shall begin capitalizing borrowing cost as part ng cost ng qualifying asset on the commencement date. Kailan yung commencement date? No? This is the date when the entity first meets all of the following conditions. It incurs expenditures for the asset, it incurs borrowing costs, and it undertakes activities that are necessary to prepare the asset for its intended use or sale. Diba? Lahat po nung na-meet natin to kanina lahat. May expenditure na, 'di ba? May borrowing cost na, 'di ba? And kino-construct na po nila yung asset. Okay? Magko-commence yan if it meets all of the following conditions. No? Four theories lang po dito. No? Suspension. Kung may commencement, pwede rin pong masuspend. 'Di ba? Pwede pong masuspend yung capitalization during extended periods. Extended periods in which it suspends active development of a qualifying asset. 'Di ba? Na-extend na po yung pag-construct ng building, hindi na-meet yung completion date, eh nag-extend na, extend ng extend. Hence, may magkakataon na pwedeng masuspend yung capitalization ng borrowing cost. Since wala na pong active development dun sa asset. No? However, an entity does not suspend capitalizable borrowing cost when a temporary delay is necessary or part ng process or necessary part of the process of getting an asset ready for its intended use or sale. No? Pero ang sabi po dito, wala pong suspension ng borrowing cost when yung temporary delay naman po iyon is necessary. No? Necessary part nung process ng asset for its intended use or sale. For example, capitalization continues during extended period that high water levels delay construction of a bridge. If such high water levels are common during the construction period in the geographical region in. No? For example, gumagawa ka ng tulay. 'Di ba? Sa tulay na 'yon nagkaroon ng baha. 'Di ba? Nagkaroon ng high tide. 'Di ba? For example, 'di ba? Na-delay yung construction. No? Yung capitalization po nun, magtutuloy-tuloy pa rin. No? Since yung high water levels na yun, common naman po sa area nun, sa area na pinagko-construct mo ng tulay. Okay? Eh paano naman kapag nagsisis na? Magsisis or matatapos na po ang capitalization ng borrowing cost when substantially all of the activities necessary to prepare the qualifying asset for its intended use or sale are complete. Natapos na po. Tapos na po yung construction ng tulay. Tapos na yung construction ng power plant. Tapos na yung construction ng building. Hence, wala na pong capitalization ng borrowing cost. Parang kanina, di ba? June 30, 2025 natapos. O 6 out of 12. Di ba? 6 out of 6 lang siya. 6 na buwan lang po yung ika-capitalize ito. And wala na pong capitalization beginning July 1. No? Since tapos na po yung building ng June 30. Yun lang po yung sinasabi nito. Siyempre, may disclosure. An entity shall disclose the amount of borrowing costs capitalized during the period and the capitalization rate used to determine the amount of borrowing costs eligible for capitalization. Okay? No? So magsagot na po tayo ng theories. Which of the following statements regarding borrowing costs is false? In the context of past 23, Avoidable interest refers to that portion of total interest cost which would not have been incurred if expenditures for asset construction had not been made. Tama po ito. No? Yun po yung interest na hindi sana natin magagastos, no? Kung hindi sana tayo nag-construct ng building na yun. 'Di ba? Avoidable interest, no? If the borrowing is not directly attributable to a qualifying asset, no, not directly attributable to a qualifying asset, yung borrowing cost shall be expensed as incurred. Correct. No? Kapag directly attributable, capitalize. If not directly attributable, expense as incurred. No? The period of time during which interest must be capitalized ends now when the asset is substantially complete and ready for the intended use or sale. Tama po ito. No? Ano na po? Cessation na po nung capitalization. Since nag-end na po and substantially complete na yung asset. Okay? So wala na pong makakapitalize na interest. Qualifying assets include assets measured at fair value such as biological assets. This is po. No? Hindi po yan yung qualifying asset. Hindi po kasama ang biological asset as qualifying asset. No? Ano lang po yung mga kasama sa qualifying asset, yung mga power plants, yung mga asset that take substantial period of time to be ready for its intended use. Yung matagal gawin para mga building, tulay. Di ba? Hindi po kasama ang biological asset doon. So, ang sagot, letter do. No? Ito naman po, di ba? Statement 1, if the qualifying asset is financed by general borrowing, no? General borrowing, guys. Di ba? The capitalizable borrowing cost is equal to the average expenditures on that asset multiplied by a capitalization rate or actual borrowing cost, whichever is lower. Correct po tayo dyan. No? Pag general borrowing, guys, di ba, ina-average natin, remember, yung WA expense. Di ba? Pero sa WA expense na yan, binabawas natin yung specific borrowing to get the GB loan. Tapos sa GB loan na yan, minumultiply ko yung GB rate. Di ba? Yung general borrowing rate. O ito lang din. Average multiplied by a capitalization rate or actual borrowing cost incurred. Ano pong ibig sabihin nito? Di ba? Kung minultiply mo yung general borrowing loan sa general borrowing rate, you will get yung avoidable borrowing cost, no? From the general borrowing. Pero may actual borrowing pa yan. Iko-compare mo pa yan sa actual borrowing cost incurred. Then whichever is lower, yun po yung ika-capitalize. Pero sa mga problems na nasusolve ko, yung avoidable borrowing cost po talaga, commonly, yun na yung nakakapitalize. It's just that, isipin mo na may limit ito. Okay? Tama po ito. If the qualifying asset is financed by specific borrowing, capitalizable borrowing cost is equal to actual borrowing cost incurred up to completion of asset minus, tama po, minus any investment income from the temporary investment of the borrower. No? Tama po ito. No? So kanina, no, nung nasa theories tayo, siguro nasa slide, mga first slides, di ba? Ang hirap magets itong mga ng mga theories na to. Pero nung nasolve na natin, ito yung ibig sabihin nito. Di ba? Ganun po ang atake sa borrowings. No? I-solve mo, di ba? Kung hindi mo magets yung theories, no, mas magigets mo na yan kapag nag-solve ka na. No? Kaya ang sagot dito, letter D. Both statements are okay. No? So sana madami kayong natutunan, no? No, pero ito po yung pinaka talagang shortcut or technique ko sa borrowing costs, no, para mapadali yung computation. No? So thank you guys, no? No? So once again, this is debit and credit with Mr. Paul, no? So thank you for watching and I hope no mag-tune in pa kayo sa akin, no? Madami pa po akong i-discuss. And subscribe for more, no? For more content and if you want more. Okay? Bye-bye. Thank you guys. No, see you and aral mabuti.